All right, y'all. So this is my top 5 takeaways from 2019. I just kind of like to reflect back on what the year taught me overall and just kind of see how I can apply it to my life moving forward. But yeah, my top 5 takeaways from 2019. Number one, I'm gonna have to say, letting go, right? Um, I held on to a lot. It was a lot of baggage that I took into 2019 with me. It wasn't doing me no good. Just personal relationships that I was trying to salvage and hold on to. Long-term, long-distance friendships that I was trying to hold on to. Wasn't really helping me. Just was not helping me progress throughout life. Also, like, had loved ones that passed away, and I was just kind of clinging on to them throughout the year, kind of using that as an excuse not to execute. But eventually I got over that hump, and like I said, that's what kind of overall taught me, like, just the principle of just letting go of all that baggage that's just holding you down, stuff that's not just helping you move forward. So that's number one for me. So number two on my list, I would have to say branding over everything. BOE. I learned that I feel like one day we're gonna live in a world where selling just won't even exist no more. Just kind of the way the world is evolving. Just how, like, more sales are starting to be online. It's just becoming a more digital landscape when it comes to just direct-to-consumer communication. I just feel like selling is just going to die out eventually. You're going to have to get more creative at telling stories. So I feel like, in my vision, more companies are going to invest more into writers and storytellers and people who can get creative, and not as many salespeople as they used to value. So branding over everything. It's the gateway. It's the key. It's the only thing that's going to save business 2020 and beyond. So that's one thing I really took away from last year that was huge. So number three, and this one is huge, attention is more valuable than money. That was one of the biggest pillars that I took away from 2019. Especially just when you consider the fact that I used to be so salesy back in my earlier career. When I first started out on the internet, just wanting to learn how to just make money. I just wanted to sell to people. And so when I learned that attention was just more valuable, it just kind of changed the way I just did everything. Like, I just had to take a complete step back. It damn near made me no longer want to be in business. Like, I just wanted to tell stories for the rest of my life, knowing how valuable it was, right? So pretty much whatever you love, right? Whatever you do, whatever you're passionate about, that is the thing that keeps people's attention. So whether or not you draw, whether or not you write, whether or not you like to speak, play video games, that is the thing that keeps people's attention. And I learned that you have to figure out how to creatively put that thing on display without trying to make money off of it, just to get people to look at it. Okay, so that was number three, pivotal, huge for me, and I'm definitely gonna be taking that one with me to the future. Attention is more valuable than money. So number four, I would have to say number four is nobody cares. I mean, it's a quite obvious one, but, like, when you really think about the fact that nobody cares what the hell you got going on, it just makes you so much less insecure about what the hell you're doing. So 2019, learning that made it so much easier for me to just put out content and just not really give a fuck about the feedback, just not care about what people think. So me learning nobody cares was, on one side, humiliating, but on the other side, liberating, right? Because it let me know that nobody's watching. Like, you can put out whatever you want to put out, say what you want to say. Somebody's gonna look at it, but when I say nobody cares, like, not enough people to actually make a difference, right? Like, so right now, if enough people cared about what the hell you had going on, then it wouldn't be an issue. You'll be able to just launch just like that. But your job is to build up enough social equity to make enough motherfuckers care. So starting out, everybody start with zero. Nobody cares. The playing field is even. And that's the beautiful thing. So you can fuck up. You can look stupid. You can look bad. You can look terrible. But guess what? Nobody cares. Put out your content and do what you need to do. So number five, and last but not least, I learned in 2019 that dreams simply require sacrifice. I got so many friends that tell me what they want to go after, what they want to accomplish, what they want to achieve in a lifetime. But the reality of it is that none of them are really doing what's necessary to get there, right? Because your actual dreams are really predicated on your actions, not what you actually say out of your mouth. What you say out of your mouth don't really matter. You could tell me you want to make $1 million, but your actions are showing me more like $2,000. You know what I mean? So it's like your dreams require sacrifice. At some point, you're gonna have to give up something in order to gain what you're actually looking for. All of the greats know it. All of the most successful people know it. You have to give up something in order to gain what you're looking for, whether that's a time sacrifice, a money sacrifice, or just willpower, just putting in the work, energy, sacrificing that energy, losing sleep to get what you need to get done. So that was one of the biggest takeaways from 2019, understanding that there were certain people I had to distance myself from, certain relationships I couldn't be involved with no more, certain business relationships I had to just separate myself from, lock in, focus, do what I need to do. Like I said, dreams require sacrifice. So once you figure out what you need to give up, it's just gonna make getting towards your goal that much easier. So those are my top 5 takeaways. I just wanted to share that with y'all. I know it's still the beginning of the year. I want to just turn up on the content. Like I said, my overall goal is really just to just impact more, impact deeper, and ultimately give a fuck less. It helped me last year, and I know it's gonna help me a lot more this year. So happy 2020, everybody. I'm about to turn up. Let's get it. If you haven't already, make sure y'all subscribe. Let's catch y'all on the next one.